Hey everyone, welcome. So today we're going to tackle a really interesting question. Why do people actually hack stuff? We're talking everything from video games to big government websites. We're going to break down the 6 main reasons behind cyber attacks. Let's dive right in.
I mean, really, stop and think about it for a second. Why would anyone want your gaming password or get into your social media account? It might seem like small potatoes, but whether it's your hard-earned loot in a game or your private DMs, there's always a reason someone might want in. And trust me, understanding that why is your first step to keeping your stuff safe.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just get rid of that old movie stereotype right now. You know, the person in a hoodie, in a dark room, with green codes scrolling down the screen. The real reasons people hack are way more complex and, honestly, way more interesting. They range from simple boredom all the way to international spying. We're going to break down the 6 big ones.
Okay, first up, let's talk about a group I'm calling the egotists. These are the attackers who are driven by stuff like building a reputation, the absolute thrill of cracking a tough challenge, and of course, the power that comes from knowing things you're not supposed to know.
It sounds a little wild, right? But for some people, hacking is basically a sport. It's like a digital Rubik's Cube or a giant online escape room. The real goal isn't always to cause a bunch of damage, but just to see if they can do it. Can they find the flaw? Can they crack the code? Can they overcome the obstacle?
So yeah, in these circles, your reputation is everything. Successfully breaking into a well-protected system earns you massive respect and, let's be honest, huge bragging rights. It's all about being known for your skills, even if they're a bit on the shady side, and getting that amazing feeling of, wow, I actually did that.
Now, this whole desire to uncover secrets, it's not just for individuals. It happens in the massive world of big business, too. They call it industrial espionage, which is just a fancy way of saying companies spying on each other to get ahead. They're hunting for those valuable secrets, that intellectual property that could be worth millions or even billions.
And we're not talking about some abstract idea here. We're talking about the actual designs for the next big sneaker drop, the source code for that app everyone's about to download, or something incredibly important, like the secret formula for a new vaccine. If you steal that stuff, you can copy it or sell it, saving your company years of work and a ton of money. All right, let's switch gears and talk about our next category, the monetizers. As you can probably guess from the name, this group is all about one thing: cold, hard cash. And sometimes getting a little personal revenge. Okay, this is probably the one you've been waiting for, right? It is by far the most straightforward motivation there is. If a system holds money, processes money, or protects something worth money, you can bet it's a target. And one of the most common ways this goes down is through something you've probably heard of: ransomware.
And ransomware is a perfect and pretty scary example of how this works. So first, the hacker tricks someone into getting malicious software or malware onto a system. Then, that software acts like a digital vault, locking up and scrambling all the important files. And finally, a message pops up that basically says, "Pay us and we'll give you the key to get your stuff back." But of course, that's not the only way. Hackers might try to steal directly from bank accounts or find a glitch that lets them order stuff online for free. But, there's a flip side to this whole money thing. It's not all bad. There's white hat hacking, where companies actually pay you to legally hack them, to find their security weaknesses so they can fix them.
Now, this next one is a little different, because the threat isn't coming from outside. A personal attack is often done by a current or maybe even a former employee who's got a grudge and wants to cause some serious damage from the inside. So why would somebody do this? Well, the reasons are usually, you guessed it, personal. Maybe they feel like they were fired unfairly, or they're really angry they got passed over for a big promotion. It could even be a form of protest if they think the company is doing something wrong. They use all that insider knowledge they have to get even.
And that brings us to our final group, the saboteurs. For these attackers, the goal is pretty simple: either create as much chaos as possible or steal the most valuable asset of all: information.
Sometimes the goal isn't to steal anything at all. It's literally just to break things. A disruption attack, like a denial of service attack, is designed to flood a website or a network with so much junk traffic that it just crashes. It stops a company dead in its tracks and causes total mayhem. And you see this happen to all sorts of targets. An attacker might try to disrupt a rival company's website right in the middle of a huge online sale, just to mess with their profits. Or, on the other hand, a politically motivated group, sometimes they're called hacktivists, might take down a government website to protest a new law they don't agree with.
And last but definitely not least, we have straight-up data theft. In this case, the information itself is the treasure. It doesn't matter if it's a huge list of customer credit cards or secret plans for a new piece of tech. That data is incredibly valuable all on its own. And you can see right here how it all connects back. Stolen credit card details, well, that's used for financial gain. Those company tech plans, that's industrial espionage. And your personal details, your name, your address, your social security number, that can be used for identity theft. The data itself becomes the fuel for all the other motives we've talked about.
Okay, so we've gone through all 6 reasons. The big question is, why does any of this matter to you? Well, it's simple, because understanding the motivation, the why behind an attack, is the single most important part of building your own digital defense.
Think about it like this. We've just seen that an attacker can wear at least 6 different hats. Someone who's motivated just by a fun challenge is going to act very differently than someone who's motivated by money. The why completely changes the how.
There's a saying that really hits the nail on the head here. You can't really protect yourself from a threat you don't understand. It's like going into a big game without knowing if the other team has a star quarterback or an amazing defense. You have to know what you're up against.
So here's what I really want you to take away from this. When you understand why someone might want your password or your data, you start to think differently. You get way better at spotting those sketchy emails, you start using stronger passwords, and you get better at protecting your own little corner of the internet. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Now that you know all the different reasons someone might attack, what's the single most valuable piece of data you have on your phone right now? The answer might actually surprise you. Thanks so much for tuning in.